Hello, Ross here. Welcome back to another video, and in this one we're going to cover the creation of a fundraising campaign. So we know a lot of our customers are fundraisers. They use Beacon for silent auctions, they use Raffle Rocket for online raffles, and now with CommuniBee Suite you can have donation pages, you can have sponsors, you can have tickets to your events that you're selling, and you can also have products in your marketplace that you can sell. So you can tie all of these aspects together into a campaign, and then all funds raised through all those activities contribute to the fundraising campaign goal. So it's a really effective way to share your fundraiser to your audience, make it easy for them to learn about what you do, what you're in support of, and ultimately allowing them to easily access all of your fundraising activities. So to get started, we'll go down to the fundraising tab. We'll click on campaigns, and now we can start to build out our first campaign. So we'll click add campaign to get started. So I'll go through these fields, and then afterwards I'll fill in the information and we can move on together. So the campaign name, so this is just the name of your fundraising campaign. Very straightforward, and that's going to auto-populate a page slug. So you can keep that or you can update it to whatever you want. Just keep in mind that that slug is going to appear at the end of the URL. Fundraising goal, so you can enter the goal for this campaign. So maybe you have a goal of $10,000 and you're going to raise to fund maybe building a spray park for your community, or that's just going to be the overall goal for your annual gala fundraiser. Whatever it is, you can enter that value here, and then you can choose to have that goal and the progress displayed on the campaign page. Now, some organizations may prefer to have this goal private and only displayed for the admins, so you can just have that not visible to your audience. Otherwise, check it off, and then your guests, they can land on your campaign page and they'll see that goal increase over time. Next, we can provide a short description, so just briefly describing what the fundraising campaign is all about. So who you are, what you're in support of, where the funds are going, all of that good stuff. Again, just keep in mind you have 140 characters, so keep it brief. We'll have room to fully describe this page in more detail later on. And then lastly is the feature image. So this is going to appear on the sample preview, that feature card. It'll get populated as you enter details. So we can add the image here. You can either upload a brand new image, choose from your existing media library if you've already uploaded images, or you can use the AI tool to have an image generated for you. So now we have some details entered. So the campaign as a whole, we're going to build a spray park. That's going to be this theme. Our goal is going to be $15,000. We have a short description on the fundraiser as a whole. And then we've also generated an image using the AI tool. So everything's looking good. And once you have all the information entered, you can hit save and we'll move on to the next tab. And next is the media tab. So this is where we can take the feature image that we have and we can decide how we want that to appear on the page. Right now, media is full width at top. And to get a preview of what that looks like, we can go to the preview tab. And this will open up a new browser and it'll give you a sense on what your page currently looks like. So right now we have that feature image. It's full width at the top, so it's that nice big banner image. Really makes for a nice landing page. And then we have the title, we have the description, and currently it's using the short description, so we can adjust that in the next tab. And we also have the goal. So this is what that goal looks like when displayed on the campaign page. You see the total raised currently out of the overarching goal, and then all of the fundraising activities linked to this campaign will appear down below. So right now it's empty because we don't have any activities linked. But once we start linking activities, they'll start to appear down below. We'll go back to the dashboard and jump to the media tab. So we won't go into all the details on this page. If you want to learn more about each of the different fields, be sure to refer to the written guide associated with this video. And again, I'll always encourage you to just play around with these settings just to see and find something that really works for you. Maybe you want the aspect ratio for your banner to be a different size. Maybe you want the height to be different. And you can also choose a brand new image if you want to have something totally different for that hero section. So you can do that as well. So you'll have all of that capability to customize this page however you want. So take the time and personalize it and make it your own. But once you're done making changes, we'll go down, hit save, and then we'll move on to the next tab. So now onto the content tab. So this is where we can take that short description and add more detail to it. So we have up to 4,000 characters to provide as much detail as we feel is necessary for this campaign. So we can describe again what our goal is, where the funds are going, how the funds are going to be used. And again, if you need more space, you can add additional content from the layout tab. So go ahead and add your content, and just keep in mind that this is an HTML field, so you have full capability. You can customize the style of the text, the color, the font size. You can add images and so on. So use all those tools necessary to really make the content stand out. And once you're done, go down and hit save. And now onto the layout tab. So this is where we can add additional content to the page. And on this screen, so we do have a preview as to what this page looks like, but just note that you're not going to get an accurate sense as to what the page looks like. And that's just because we're in the dashboard right now. We have those side menu options, so it's taking up space and just affecting the overall layout. If you want to get a sense as to what the page looks like, click on the preview option. That's going to open up the other tab where we can see this page. And this is going to give us a more accurate sense as to what the page currently looks like. So we have that big hero section, and now we have the description from that content tab that we just finished. So all of that's looking really good. We still have our goal, and we don't have any activities still. We'll update those at the end of this video. So let's go back to the dashboard. So if you did want to add additional content to this page, scroll down and click on the add block to end. So this is going to open up all of the page blocks available within CommuniBee Suite. So if you did want to add additional news posts, or you wanted to promote other content from your site, you could include those blocks and then link those specific items. If you just wanted to add additional text, you have the text block and so on. So we won't go into all the detail for each block. We will have a separate video for that. But just know that you have the ability to add as much content as you want to this campaign page. And as a reminder, you can always add blocks from the side menu as well. So click on the plus icon to add a block on top of this current block. You can also click the pen and pencil icon if you want to edit that specific block, or the trash can icon if you want to remove the block completely. So take the time to really personalize this page, and once you're done, we'll move on to the next tab. And next is the visibility tab. So we can change the status of the page here. So right now it's set to draft. It's not going to be accessible to your audience. It's only going to be visible to your admins from this dashboard. We can switch to live, and that's going to make the page available to your audience, so long as that this page is linked somewhere from your CommuniBee site. And then archived. So archived is similar to draft. The only difference is that you can permanently delete pages that are archived, whereas you can't do that with draft. So because we haven't linked any fundraising activities yet, we're going to leave this as draft. But if you have set the status to live, you can also set a publish date so that the page is visible and accessible on that specific date and time. And then you can also set a hide after date. So if you only want this campaign to be visible for a certain period of time, maybe the fundraiser is going to end in a month, so you can set that date and time, and then this campaign page will be archived on that date. So whenever you make changes on this page, always be sure to hit save. And now that we have the fundraising campaign created, we can start to link fundraising activities to it. So you can do this in two ways. If you don't have any fundraising activities right now, you can create them from the overview screen, or if you have them already created, such as an event or a product in your marketplace, maybe a Beacon auction, you can quickly link those from the dashboard as well. So I'll show you both of those ways. So first off, we'll go to the overview tab, and this is going to be where we can create new fundraising activities. So it's on this tab that we're going to have a high-level overview of the campaign as a whole. So you can see we have the total raised. We'll have a breakdown of all of the fundraising activities and what they're raising. You can also filter this by the date range that you want, so the past 7 days, look at just today, or a custom date range. So you can set those, and the values on the screen will update to reflect the revenues from that time period. So as your campaign is ongoing, you'll have the ability to see and track that performance. But if we scroll down, we'll have tables for all of the fundraising activities. So if you wanted to create an event that doesn't exist yet, you can click Add Event, and that's going to walk you through the event setup. So you can do the same thing for a donation item if you don't have one already and you want to create it. So you can click Add Donation you'll go through the steps to creating that page. So it'll be very similar where you go through the general tab and so on. So you can do that for all of the fundraising activities. And that's the first way that you can link activities to your campaign. The second way is if you already have a few activities already created throughout your CommuniBee site and you want to link those to this campaign. So to do that, we'll scroll up and then we'll click on the Campaigns tab. This will take us back to the Fundraising tab where we can then access auctions, raffles, donations. We can link sponsors. If you have products that you also want to associate with the campaign, you can do so from the marketplace, as well as for events if you want to highlight a specific event and sell tickets, and all those ticket sales reflect on the campaign itself. You can have that as well. And the steps to linking fundraising activities are going to be the same. The only difference will be with the sponsors, so we'll highlight just a few of the activities and then touch on the sponsors. So if you want to link an existing event to your campaign, simply go to the Events tab. We'll go and choose the event that we want to link to. In this case, we'll just take this team lunch and then go down to the Visibility tab. From here, the Visibility tab will have a link to fundraising campaign section. And when you click on the Select Fundraiser option, you'll have the ability to choose the campaign you want to link to. In this case, we have the spray park campaign that we just created. So we'll click Add. And once you've done that, you'll see it's now linked. And the last thing you'll want to do is hit Save. So now we have this event linked to the campaign. If we want to also link a product from our marketplace, you'll simply go to the Marketplace tab, go to Products, and then you'll choose the product or products that you want to associate with the campaign. So we'll choose this first one, Red Hoodie. We'll go View, again, go down to the Visibility tab, and then find that link to fundraising campaign section, choose the campaign, click Add, and then Save. So now we have the event and we have this product associated with the campaign. Let's go and do one more. We have an auction from Beacon that we've created. So we'll go to the Fundraising tab and then choose the Auctions tab. So we'll see all the auctions that are associated with this community. And you'll do the same thing. We'll click View to go into that specific item and then go to the Visibility tab. And again, that link to fundraising campaign, choose the campaign you want to link to and then add. So just like that, we've linked 3 fundraising activities to this campaign. We have the event, we have the product from the marketplace, and now we also have an auction from Beacon. So you can do the same thing if you have a raffle that you want to link to. Simply go to the Raffles tab, or if you want to link to a donation page, you can do so as well. And if you have a sponsor or a couple sponsors that you want to link to this campaign as well, you can do so from a few places. So from the Sponsors tab itself, if you click on Sponsors, you can choose each individual sponsor that you want to add, click on View. So the difference here is that we'll stay on this Overview tab and we'll click Add Sponsorship. So right now you can choose how much the sponsorship amount is. So for example, maybe a sponsor is giving you $500 to support this campaign to build the spray park. So you enter in that amount, select the date that you received the funds on, and then associate with the fundraising campaign. Again, this is optional. In this case, we do want to associate with the campaign, but you could very well just have sponsors throughout your CommuniBee site that give you a sponsorship amount just to appear throughout your site. And we can then choose if we want to show this sponsorship amount on the campaign itself. Maybe the sponsor wants to keep this private, so you have the option to not show that amount. But if you do want to show it, check off that box, and this amount for $500 will be listed on that sponsor tile. And then if you have any notes that you want to provide, you can do so as well here. Maybe just a follow-up date to thank them and to ask if they want to re-sponsor this time next year, anything like that. So then click Add Sponsorship. And now we're going to have this Beacon sponsor appear on the fundraising campaign with the sponsorship amount for $500. Now there's 2 other ways that you can add this sponsorship to the campaign, and I'll show you that really quick. So if we go back to the dashboard, we have that add sponsorship button here. So you can do the same thing where you'll choose the sponsor this time. So you'll select from the existing sponsors or quickly create a new sponsor. And then you'll follow the same steps where you enter the sponsorship amount, the date, and then optionally link to the campaign and provide any notes. And the last area to do this is from the campaign itself. So if we go back to the fundraising tab and then choose campaigns, we'll go to the spray park campaign that we created. And then on the overview page, this will be where we get the breakdown of all the fundraising activity associated with the campaign. If we scroll down, we'll have the sponsors tile, and this is where we can then add additional sponsorships. So by clicking on add sponsorship, again, we'll have that same pop-up where we can choose the sponsor or create new, and we can then enter the sponsorship amount, the date, whether you want that sponsorship amount to be shown on the campaign page, and then any additional notes. So those are the 3 ways to add sponsorships to your campaign. And at any point, you can always come back to the layout tab for that campaign. So now we can see that we now have the event, we have an auction, we have the product, as well as the sponsor. And if we want to get a more accurate sense on what this page will look like, we can go back up, navigate to the visibility tab, and we'll change the status from draft to live. And once you've done that, hit save, and then we can click on the preview tab. And this will open up in a new window. So this is what our campaign page looks like currently. So we have that hero image, we have the description and the headline for the campaign, we have the goal, and now we have $500 already raised because we've tied that sponsorship to this campaign. And we have the list of fundraising activities associated with the campaign. So we have that product, the red hoodie, you can quickly add to the cart, you can adjust the quantity if you want to buy more than one. We have the event, so clicking on that tile will take you to the event page where you can then purchase tickets or RSVP. We also then have the auction, so clicking on this tile will open up the Bid Beacon auction where you can then preview the items, sign up, and start to bid. And if you want to go and check out all the sponsors associated with the campaign, you can click on each of the sponsor tiles. That'll open up their own page where you can learn all about that sponsor. So that is the fundraising campaign in a nutshell. It's a great way to tie all of your fundraising activities together, which makes it easy for your guests to see all of your activities and engage with everything that your fundraiser has to offer. And then on the flip side, it makes it super simple for your admins to manage and report on the performance of the campaign. So from one dashboard, they can see the high-level overview of everything going on with their campaign. How much the auction's raising, how much revenue's been brought in from ticket sales, product sales, sponsorships, donations, etc. So whatever your cause is, if you have more than one fundraising activity, a campaign is going to be a great way to tie all of that together and easily share it with your audience and then manage it from a single dashboard. So I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you in the next one.